Hello, all you wonderful people out there, and welcome to my Media Museum. And this is the final episode, number 23, of our 45 RPM vinyl records mix box number 11. And we've got old Nipper with us today, and Hugo Montenegro, his orchestra, his chorus, doing The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, theme song to a classic Clint Eastwood song film, United Artists. And it says it was recorded November 18th, 1967. I didn't take time to look up when the film came out, but that's around the time of the movie. And the B-side of this one has a few dollars more. How cool is that, huh? You get the good, bad, on the ugly on one side, and the sequel for a few dollars more on the B side. So, pretty cool 45 there to have. You know that if you don't know the songs, the good, bad, and the ugly ones is real famous with the. It's got the whistling to it, and it's been used in lots of comedies and other movies since then. So you would recognize it if you heard it. If you don't know it, by title. And then we've got the Green Hornets theme. And how cool is this to have on a 45, huh? Almost as cool as the Batman theme, which I also do have. I've got the 60s Batman theme. And this one will go quite nicely next to it in the collection at some point when I get them together. But, that's mostly a trumpet. Yeah. Al, he's the King Hurt on trumpet. Very, very cool. Glad to have that one. And the B-side of this is a song called Strawberry Jam, which probably would be an interesting listen, but I have not taken the time to throw it on as of yet. But it will definitely be of interest someday for me. And it's interesting to look at how the logo changed there. See how old Nipper got him a very colorful. And there it's the old classic gold. So I think that's kind of neat just to point that out, that the artwork was a little different on those two RCA releases. So next up, I warned you in the last episode that this was going to be a lot of theme songs and a couple oddities. And it's a cleanup. It's the last of the box, more or less. I do have quite a stack here, probably about a 6-inch stack of 80s dance tunes, which I was going to make a separate series that actually came out of this box. But this is going to be the last episode of what we're just going to call Mixed Box 11. And we've got the Vangelis doing Chariots of Fire title theme song. Dun 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 dun. Now Eric's theme I don't know, but that was quite possibly in Chariots of Fire. It says it's from the album Chariots of Fire, so I'm betting that that's also from the movie. But I don't know that tune, not the way that I know the Chariots of Fire tune. And I'm not even really a fan of that film. It's just that song is extremely well known, has been used in some other things. This one's actually a twofer, a double-sided one. It's really cool. This side has the theme from Jesus Christ Superstar, do 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 do, a rock opera. Which, with all the recent musicals I picked up, that isn't one of them, and I probably should, because I've never seen it. I've never experienced that film. And then the B-side being the theme from Summer of 42, which I am also familiar with. If I believe right, that is, got some surfing in it, or some surfing theme to it. But Summer of 42 being on the B-side of that one. So this one here, I really wasn't sure where to put this in the series. So originally it was going to be the final one of the whole shebang. But it's ended up being in the middle of the last episode here now. The Andrew Sisters doing Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy from Company B, from the old Buck Privates film. Kind of old there. It says originally released in 1941 on Decca. So yeah, this is the classic original version of the song that you would know. I'm sure you're familiar with it. And I remember Bette Midler redid it for, I think, For the Boys, or one of her films. She did a remake of that, but other than that, That's pretty much the Julie Andrews version that I hear every time I hear it. This is interesting because the B-side is a song called Rum and Coca-Cola. And that's my favorite drink of choice when I'm going to drink, which I don't drink much, but when I do socially drink, I'd prefer to have a rum and coke over anything else. So that makes this song, personally, kind of cool for me to have. But I like the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy song. That's a fun, upbeat, happy song, and very, very cool to have that in the collection. Now, this is one that I actually put it on some years back on a different copy that I had. Winchester Cathedral, the new vaudeville band. This is an instrumental song. I was familiar with it when I listened to it. Don't remember it well enough to hum it for you now. But it hit #1 in November of 1966, so there's a good chance that a lot of you out there may very well know it. The B-side is a song called Wait For Me Baby, which doesn't ring any bells for me. But yeah, I did some years back when I got a copy of this in one of my mix boxes. I put it on and listened to it, and Winchester Cathedral was definitely a song that I did remember, and it was something I knew. So, next up, we've got one that I'm not at all familiar with, but it's that beautiful Buddha Records label. I love their labels. They're bright, colorful, kind of interesting. But this is Melanie, who I have heard of before. I'm not real familiar with her work, but I have heard of Melanie. Not with the Edwin Hawkins singers, though. But a song called Lay Down Candles in the Rain. So, hit #6 in May of 1970, and they're calling this a dual 45. So, I'm assuming that this probably, quite possibly, is a reissue, and that the B-side here was also a hit. Actually, this might just be the A-side, Candles in the Rain, from the LP Candles in the Rain. So I'm thinking I got this backwards right out the gate, even though I looked at it a couple of times. This is probably the B-side then, being Lay Down. And why it's Lay Down Candles in the Rain, that's kind of interesting. I don't know the story behind that. So, just a couple more here. This episode's going to run just a little bit shy of the normal run time, but that happens a lot when we're talking the last ones. At least I got a couple really cool special things to show you in it. And this is a DJ copy, not for sale. Again, it's calling it a dual 45, so that's kind of weird, especially considering that the B-side of this is the exact same thing. It's a double A duplicate of it. You should see they run 3 minutes 10 seconds there. It says it hit #8 in November of 1972, but Curtis Mayfield doing Superfly. Now watch when I flip this over. It's the exact same thing. Still 3 minutes 10 seconds long. I don't know why the guy felt the need to notate both sides. I would have notated the side that had already was messed up and left the other side unaltered, but that's just me. Apparently he didn't feel that way. But you're a winner. You're all a winner, because you're here on My Media Museum. We're all winners here. So, and then we've got another Curtis Mayfield here. Now it's on the same label. Kurt Tom. Curtom. Curtom. That's an odd, weird. Maybe it had something to do with Curtis. Maybe this was his own personal. I don't know, but it isn't as interesting as a scorpion there. I didn't know if you noticed that when I blew it up just a minute ago on the other one. But this is not a DJ copy. This is also from the soundtrack for Superfly, Freddy's Dead, theme from Superfly. So how that may differ, that's 3 minutes 15 seconds, how that may differ from this DJ copy of Superfly, which isn't noted as Freddy's Dead. There's a little better shot of that scorpion if you can make it out. But yeah, interesting that it's retitled Freddy's Dead. And the B-side of this one is a different track. At least we did get something a little different or unique on the B-side. And it's a song called Underground. But it's from the LP Roots. So here's an example of where, 2 songs, 2 different albums. All right, so 2 more to go here. So next to the last one, we have Hot Wax. And you know, I've talked about Hot Wax and shown that logo quite a few times before. I really like the logo, but the music usually on this label was more dance, R&B. 100 Proof Aged in Soul is the name of the band. Somebody's Been Sleeping. Well, apparently it hit number 8 in October of 1970. They've got the copyright on it as 1969 there, but it's clearly marked as the A side. And this is an A2, A1 on the other, so that's a little bit comical. You know, both sides are A sides. But 100 Proof Aged in Soul again with a song called I've Come to Save You. No notations about any chart top positionings or anything on that, so I don't know anything more about that one to share with you. And then the last one we're going to have here in this series for box 11 is the Flaming Ember with the song called Westbound Number 9. Hit number 24 in June of 1970. Yeah, it's kind of cool too, and like that, a Stagecoach production. And the B-side is at least the Flaming Embers again. Flaming Ember, not Embers. I put an S on that by mistake. Why Don't You Stay? Well, I'd stay, but I'm out of things to show you today. So, that's the end of episode 23 of Mix Box 11. Appreciate any thumbs up, and if you want to be notified of my new postings, which I've been trying to do every other day, and have been pretty consistent about putting up a new video every other day for subscribers, feel free to subscribe. We'd love to have you with us. So, hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy life, and until we meet again, take care. Ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum.